Olivia, Zoo Rescue. Chapter 1. Ella and Olivia are sisters. Ella is 7 years old and Olivia is 5.5 years old. They have a little brother called Max. Both girls love animals a lot. Ella takes her golden retriever Bob to puppy school. The girls also take Bob for a walk every day. Ella and Olivia are very excited. Today they received an invitation to their school holiday club end-of-year excursion. Every year there is a special outing, and this year it will be to the zoo. Olivia is thrilled that they are going to see all the animals. I can't wait to see the orangutan, says Olivia. The penguins are my favourite, says Ella. Are penguins fish or birds? Olivia asks. They are birds that just can't swim, says Ella. They just finished a school project on penguins. She thinks they are the coolest animals ever. Did you know that there are 17 species of penguin? Asks Ella. No, says Olivia. She might be a little bit tired of hearing about penguins. Ella has pictures of penguins all over her bedroom walls. There are Emperor, Fairy and Adelie, begins Ella. Did you know that orangutans are related to humans? Says Olivia. They are like monkeys and gorillas, part of the ape family. Olivia loves the orangutan the best. She can't wait to see them in real life. Her class watched a film about orangutans a couple months ago. Ever since then, she wanted to see them up close. The girls haven't been to the zoo for a very long time. Olivia was still in a stroller the last time when Mum and Dad took them. This time, Ella and Olivia will roam the zoo in a big group with the holiday club leader, Miss Newman. Ella and Olivia make a list of all the animals that they want to see. They don't want to miss a thing. Meerkats, hippopotamuses, koalas, giraffes, seals, echidnas, wombats, tigers, lions. That's a good list, says Ella, but we forgot to add penguins, she laughs. And orangutans, cries Olivia. We can't miss seeing them. Chapter 2. It's a perfect day for the zoo, says Miss Newman. Outside it is bright and sunny, with only a hint of cloud. Miss Newman is thrilled to be taking the group to the zoo. She checks off everyone's names as they get on the bus. Ella and Olivia sit together. In the seats in front and behind them are the holiday club's friends, Violet, Zoe, Peter and Luca. It's going to be such a fun day. How long does it take to get to City Zoo? Ella asks Miss Newman. About half an hour, Ella, Miss Newman replies. She does a final check that all the students are on board. Then away they go. The bus chugs slowly down the street, past the school and onto the highway. It is always exciting to be going on an excursion. Miss Newman sits in the front of the bus and talks to the driver. Everyone else chatters in the back seats. They just can't wait to get to the zoo. What does everyone want to see? Asks Olivia. Luca wants to see the meerkats. Peter wants to see the lions. Violet is looking forward to visiting the wombats. The pretty peacocks, Zoe says. It's going to be a very busy and colourful day. The bus draws closer to the zoo. Everyone is very excited. City Zoo is perched on the edge of a sparkling harbour. The animals have their very own water views. Miss Newman does another head count and makes sure no one leaves anything on the bus. Outside, everyone slops on sunscreen and slaps on their hats. They get out their pens and clipboards to make notes on the animals that they see. The person with the most interesting animal fact at the end of the day will win a prize. As they walk into the zoo grounds, Miss Newman pulls out her map. Where do you want to go first? She asks. How about we head down towards the seals? Ella can't believe her luck. The penguins are very close to the seals. she is going to see her favourite animal very soon. There is so much to look at and so many different noises. Olivia can already hear lots of animals, birds squawking, elephants trumpeting, and more. Luca thinks that he can smell the animals. Ella can see a giraffe's head peering above the trees. Zoe gets her camera ready. She's going to take a photo of every animal that they see. Are the orangutans nearby? Asks Olivia. Miss Newman shakes her head. We will visit all the ape enclosures later on, Olivia, she says. Olivia is a bit disappointed. She wanted to see her favourite animal straight away. Who knows what a habitat is? Asks Miss Newman. Olivia's hand shoots up. It's the place where animals live, she says. That's right. Well done, Olivia, says Miss Newman. Let's all go and look at the habitat of the seals now, she says. I hope we get to see the habitat of the orangutans soon too, Olivia thinks. Chapter 3. Holiday Club went to the pool and the beach last holiday, but the zoo is even more fun. Everywhere they turn, Ella and Olivia discover something new. On the way to the seals, they go into the reptile house. I can't see, Olivia whispers in the dark. Ella holds on her little sister's hands. Reptiles like the dark, explains Miss Newman. Can you spot the frogs or lizards? I think there might even be a snake in here. Olivia grips Ella's hand even harder. She peers through a darkened window. On the other side is a tree with shiny green leaves. When she looks closely, she can see lots of green tree frogs hopping about on the branches. Says Ella, reading the sign. These frogs are actually known as White's tree frogs. How funny. Ella and Olivia blink when they emerge into the bright sunlight. The Holiday Club make their way to the next enclosure. Olivia moves up the front of the group so she can get a better view. An enormous tongue itself wraps around a small branch full of leaves. She has come face to face with a giraffe. It's feeding time in the giraffe's enclosure. Everyone gawks at the giraffes as they stand tall. Their heads are so high. Their necks are so long. They are majestic creatures perched on long legs. Their yellow and brown fur looks like it would be so smooth to touch. Miss Newman consults her map. We are nearly at the seals, she announces. When they get there, they see a glass wall down on one side of the seal pool. Ella and Zoe run ahead to press their noses up against it. The seals glide and glisten. One even does a playful somersault right in front of them. But Ella is a bit impatient. She knows the penguins are close by. She tugs on Zoe's arm. Come on, let's find the penguins. Finally, the group heads down to the penguin enclosure. Ella is so excited. How many will there be? Will she see any chicks? Ella races ahead of the group and Miss Newman, but when she gets to the glass enclosure, she frowns. Where are all the penguins? There are no penguins in the pool. There are no penguins on the rocks nearby. There are no penguins in their habitat at all. Uh-oh, says Zoe, pointing to a sign for Ella to see. Penguin moving day. Our little penguins are moving out to their new home today. You may not be able to see any penguins as they might be in transit. It's penguin moving day today, Miss Newman chuckles, but Ella is heartbroken. All she really wanted to see were the special little penguins. She has been waiting so long to watch them swim, wander and play. Ella looks around the empty enclosure. The zookeepers in their brown uniforms are cleaning out the habitat, ready for other animals to move in. One zookeeper sweeps the edge of the enclosure. Another zookeeper wears big, tall gumboots. She throws a bucket of water in to clean the rocks. The group starts to move on, but then Ella sees something out of the corner of her eye. A small blur of black and white dips in the water and swims around playfully. Ella gasps. "Look!" she exclaims. Ella points urgently to a lone penguin soaring through the water. The zookeeper continues to clean the penguin's old habitat. They haven't seen this playful fellow at all. The penguin swims around in circles and then flips onto his belly that is up against the viewing window. The whole class giggles. Ella whoops. "That penguin must have been left behind," says Miss Newman. "I don't think that the zookeepers have seen him," says Ella. "We need to help him get to his new home with his friends." Chapter 4. Ella waves her arms at the zookeepers. She just has to help this little penguin find his home, friends, and family. It would be awful if he'd be lost on your own, she thinks. One of the zookeepers finally sees Ella waving her hands. Then Ella points to the playful penguin. The zookeeper smiles at Ella. She grabs the walkie-talkie attached to her belt and starts speaking into it. Thanks to Ella, they've spotted the little fellow too. All the other penguins are ready in their new home next door, but this mischievous penguin didn't want to move. One zookeeper sloshes into the water, but the penguin zooms past him. Another zookeeper tries to herd him into a little cage, but the penguin zooshes in the other direction. The whole class is in stitches. The clever penguin escapes 1, 2, 3, 4 zookeepers. "I guess he likes to do his own thing," says Ella. She loves this little penguin. Finally, one of the zookeepers manages to pick up the penguin. She points the group towards the exhibit next door. Slowly, the zookeeper walks towards the fence and opens a little door. She waves at the group to follow. Then she disappears through the enclosure on the other side. Miss Newman and the Holiday Club follow the zookeeper's lead. They walk up the hill to a brand new enclosure. A big sign hangs in front of the new habitat. "Welcome to our new home for the penguins of City Zoo." It has a bigger pool, a better shoreline, and more room for the penguins to swim and get their exercise than the old home. "Wow," says Ella. "This isn't just a new home. It's a penguin paradise." It's incredible for Ella to see her beloved penguins in real life. She sees all the other penguins having fun in the new habitat and hopes that the cheeky penguin will love living there too. She is happy that the little lost penguin is definitely not lost anymore. He can now explore his new home with his pals, dipping and diving through the water. "It's lucky I came to the zoo today," thinks Ella. Ella's nose is almost pressed against the glass as she finishes her sketches of some flippers. Olivia clearly has to drag Ella away from the new penguin enclosure when Miss Newman says it's time for lunch. "Why don't we come back later to see how your penguin friend is settling in?" Miss Newman suggests. Ella thinks it's a fantastic idea. Miss Newman and the group all go to the zoo's cafe. Ella and Olivia get a big bag of hot chips to share and sit with their friends. While eating, everyone swaps animal stories. The elephant's trunk was so long and it swung up to make an S shape, and it flapped its big ears, Peter says, amazed. Luca told them how he was a bit scared to see the snake slither and disappear beneath the bed of leaves in the reptile house. When they have finished lunch, Miss Newman says, "Okay everyone, let's go and look at the apes and monkeys." Olivia is very happy that they're finally going to see the orangutans. "I wonder how hairy they will be," she says excitedly. Chapter 5. The first group of apes the Holiday Club come to are the chimpanzees. "They are so cute," says Zoe. They watch a mama chimpanzee cuddle her little baby. "Did you know that there are lots of different kinds of apes and monkeys?" says Miss Newman. "There are chimpanzees, gorillas, and baboons." "And orangutans," adds Olivia. They move on to see the baboons next. Olivia is fascinated by their long faces and a brown crimpy fur. They continue walking until they reach the last ape enclosure. Olivia is overjoyed. "Orangutans!" she cries. Now it's Olivia's turn to press her nose onto the glass. The large orange creatures have long arms and legs and cheeky faces. Some of the orangutans watch Olivia from the other side of the enclosure window. A zookeeper comes through the door of the orangutan enclosure with a bucket in his hand. There is movement in the enclosure. Olivia watches as the orangutans slowly swing from branch to branch and across a rope strung through their habitat to meet the zookeeper. "Feeding time," says Olivia. The tree-loving creatures begin to eat their lunch, which looks like vegetables and fruit. Olivia sees there is a big sign nearby with lots of interesting information about orangutans. Orangutans come from an island in Asia called Borneo, says Olivia with Ella's help. "That sounds like a prize-winning animal fact, Olivia," says Miss Newman. "We'll have to pick out something special for you at the gift shop." Olivia smiles. Miss Newman glances at her watch. "It's nearly home time," she says. "But first we have one more job to do. Ella, why don't you lead the way?" Ella is beaming. They're going back to see the penguins. When the holiday club reach the new enclosure, Ella can see the penguins are still exploring all the nooks and crannies. They love their new habitat. Ella looks for her little friend, but there's no sign of him. "Excuse me," a voice says next to her. It's a zookeeper in a brown shirt, shorts and boots. "Are you looking for a special friend?" the zookeeper asks. Ella nods. "I recognize you from before. Thank you for helping our lost penguin home," the zookeeper says kindly. "But where is he?" Ella asks. The zookeeper points to a little fast penguin slicing through the water. The penguin looks extra happy now that he is swimming with his friends. Ella is so excited to see him again. "This penguin is actually a she," the zookeeper says. "It's lucky your group was here today to help find her." Ella spotted her first, Zoe explains. "She doesn't have a name yet," the zookeeper says with a smile. "Do you think that we could call her Ella?" "Yes," Ella's heart soars. "Wow," says Olivia. "Zoe can't believe it." "Would you like to hold little Ella?" the zookeeper asks Ella. Ella's eyes widen. "I would love to," she cries. Ella holds her little friend carefully in her arms for the group to see. "Everyone, meet Ella the penguin," exclaims Ella the schoolgirl.